hesitation. You want to check out the website Keystone. Flash's turn, big charge, big pop. Look at that golden retriever wiggling in the middle of the air. Chuck and Colby up there, their opening jump, 22 feet 2 inches. Let's see if they can improve upon that, get that 23-foot range. They do have the elite title, which means they have more than 5 jumps, 23 to 25 feet. All right, Elise is going to reset Colby.
Colby's right up.
Back there patiently waiting at the 40-foot mark. You think your dog sits and stays at home, bring them out here on the dock. They get so excited, they just want to jump in that water. All right, here comes Colby looking up after the toy. Once again, our judges are looking for where the tail... All right, we got Lexi locked in at 40 feet, ready to go. Crazy Lexi charging down the dock. Little hesitation, but still springs right in. We have Angie Jones walking around with Nestle right now. She has a canine cancer vest on Nestle. Please make donations. Team. All right, up on the dock now. It's Madison getting ready to charge down after that toy. Their opening jump, 17 feet. Oh! Madison, you just passed inspection. Good brakes at the end of the dock. Those brakes work. All right, Dad, now you got to get the forward gear going. They're ready to go. Madison, no hesitation on the second one. Some reason didn't like that first run up and hit the... Take Cherokee back there. Try as she might to get him all excited to give everything he's got to go get that toy. All right, Cherokee looking for the word from Mom, spinning the head around. Saying, I know what I'm doing, Mom. I'm ready. I'm going to go get that toy. Yeah. She's got the hair in the face, tickling his nose, getting him excited. He's ready. Here comes Cherokee. There you go. No hesitation. Hit the end of the dock. Nice spring off. Patiently at 40 feet. Brings up the rear end. Ready to go. Let's see if he was focused enough to get out there, stretch out. Once again, if you have a dog here, please clean up after it. If you need a poop bag, come see me. I have them right here at the announcer's tent. If you need a poop bag, come get that. All right, back to Stanley and Mojo. And that's turned around. Looks like Mojo's locked in, ready to go. Focused on that toy. Quick sprint. Very nice jump. That should be a nice improvement for them. Their opening jump, 1911. Go right in the water after that toy. Stretching out, trying to get it as far as they can to go catch that toy. Charge to get that toy. There you go. It looks like another nice improvement for Splash. All right, here comes. Springing high in the air. Big pounce off the end. Excited, hopping around back there, just finding a comfortable spot. There we go, there goes Reagan. Popping right in the pool after the toy. No hesitation, that's what we're under the banner, Dad. Can that be in the middle of the water? You got about 10 seconds, Mark.
Then they would take field hockey stick and grab where life vest.
Remember Charlie with Chessie?
Yeah.
Olivia.
I don't know.
All right, up on the dock now. Her name is Courtney. She started playing coffee dog. She is Chip Bottle, 4.5, almost 5 years old, from Edders, Pennsylvania. He always has a big smile on his face. He's been competing in Dock Dog since he was a little puppy. You'll find Kevin out at the Toolsburg Dog Spa most weekends, helping recruit and train members. And Bob will go after you. Sure, the waters are warmed up in the grease since this morning. Look at Bob giving kisses, having fun. But he says, you know what, Bob? I'm going to shake my head no and say, we're not jumping. All right, Bob, here's your toy. Go get it, buddy. You got about 20 seconds, Kelly. 20 seconds up there with Bob. Come on, Bob. Here's the toy, Bob. You got 10 seconds, Bob. All right, Kelly's going to take a pass on her first jump. She'll be back up for her. No hesitation. Once again, we still have Angie and, oh, no, it looks like Mercy walking around looking for canine cancer donation. One in 3 dogs will get canine cancer. Connecticut. It is Alyssa Whalen and the old man himself named Arthur. He has going on up on the top. You can just see the smile on Elisa's face. 16 feet, 3 inches. Starting and Reagan. All right, we started on the dock, 78.4. It was, her name was Morgan, handled by Mark Bird. Let's see if we can get Morgan in the water.
This is 250 right now. This is 250 right now.
I was just looking at the pictures.
Yeah, you can't beat the price. You can't beat the price. Don't ask me to pay a penny.
My boyfriend's brother has a Shih Tzu, and if she gets in his face, he tears after her, and he just doesn't want to move off. That was a good thing. That was a good thing. That was a good thing, Julia. Scared when I first initially brought it home and saw all the dogs. Well, we had a dog like that and we never took him anywhere, and we could do anything with him, but anybody knocked on our door.
I always think this dog is so different here than he is anywhere else. So that's why I take him out of the dog. I like that. It's okay if he's letting her, let her.
I don't walk across that.
Usually Sammy's the more insecure one here.
More dachshund.
I babysat. I foster one of mine out for a family of a special needs child. They have enough issues with kids. I said, take Abby. Abby was really good with the boy. He walks her and everything. He's a feeding tube.
Gary always wanted me to get into it. I've never get into it. Is it cold? It's cold. Branko is a full-bred German Shepherd. A little bit different color than the black German, we call sable shepherd, sable-colored shepherd. He is from Europe. He was born and kind of raised and started breeding over in Hungary. And training the dogs, and they have the basics down, like the obedience, the tracking, and then we can kind of mold them to what we want to do. So they get trained in their obedience, tracking, plate work, and they do some article searching too, like searching for things that somebody might discard along the run. So we learn the commands that they were given in their home country. And in that way, they recognize something similar to what they've been hearing. I'm sure I don't say it exactly the same as the Hungarians, but it's something similar that they can identify with, and it makes it easier for the dog. Napos, 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 napos. Fix it. Hot, hot, hot. Hot, 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 fui, fui, hot. Lapos. So what we teach them is a combination of verbal and hand commands. We try to use the hand commands if we're in a situation where we don't want to make a lot of noise. I've had dogs that listen better to him, and I have dogs that listen worse to him. But he's not bad. He's a little excited. So
How old is he?
he is going to be 6 next month. So he's still pretty young, but he excels at the other things because of his excitability, like the drug work and the patrol work and stuff like that. So, but what I'm going to show you is the drug work. I have some marijuana hidden over there. I have some marijuana. Obviously, somebody enjoys marijuana. What we do is when we train the dogs, pretty much in anything, we try to make it positive for the dog. This is pretty much the only correction that he gets is I have a choke collar on him, and every once in a while, if he's not doing something he's supposed to, give it a little tug. It snugs out much better. There's no prongs on it or anything like that to jab into him. Everything that we do with the dogs is positive motivation, positive reinforcement. So when we're doing the drug work, it's a big game for them. We find something that they like to retrieve and bring back to us. Okay, so they're going to go out and get it, bring it back to us, and then we play with it. His is a rolled up towel. Okay, it's rolled up in a cylinder, and he likes to go out and get it, bring it back, and we play tug of war. And that's what we do. That's his reward for finding drugs. Okay, is to play tug of war with him. So what we do is we're looking for 4 base scents of drugs. We're looking for marijuana, methamphetamine, cocaine, and heroin. Those are the 4 base drugs that we look for. There's some other drugs that we can search for because of those. Methamphetamine is used in the making of ecstasy. There's also crystal methamphetamine, crack cocaine, made from cocaine. So there's some other drugs we can search for. Those 4 base drugs are what we use. And marijuana will dry up and crush up, and it doesn't hurt the dogs. If they get enough of it, they'll get sick if they would eat it. But cocaine, methamphetamine, and heroin, if they ingest those drugs into the system, either through the nose or the mouth, it'll kill the dog. So to all the young people out here, if methamphetamine, cocaine, and heroin will kill the dog if they eat it or if they put it in their nose or something like that, imagine what it's going to do to your body if you do that. Okay, it's going to destroy you from the inside out. So what we do is we get a chemical company to make up fake cocaine. It smells like it, but it won't hurt the dog. Same way with heroin and methamphetamine. It smells like those drugs, but it doesn't hurt the dog. We take that mix, we mix it all up, because dogs can separate odors when it sends the signal from the nose to the brain. It can separate all those odors into individual odors. And we take that stuff, we mix it all up, and we put the towel in there. And now the scent of the drugs are on the towel. We saturate that towel, and now we just start playing with it. He goes out, he retrieves it, we play tug of war, and we do all that stuff. So now he's starting to associate the the odor of the drugs with the towel. And he thinks that anywhere that towel is going to be, that's where the odor of the drugs are going to be, and vice versa. Anywhere the odor of the drugs are going to be, that's where the towel's going to be. So what we start doing is hiding that towel. We'll hide it underground, we'll hide it behind walls, we'll hide it in desk drawers, inside of cars and things, where we're going to search for drugs. We start hiding this towel, and we make it accessible to him if he starts digging or scratching at it. And it's instinctual in the dog. If they want to get at something, they're going to dig and scratch to get at it. So we hide that towel, they start digging and scratching it, they get it out, and we start playing tug of war. And that's his reward. That's not a couple fingers once in a while. So this is what he wants to do. I don't know if I can get him to do it right now, but normally German Shepherds don't have the strongest jaws of the dogs. Usually Pit Bulls have a little bit stronger, some Rottweilers, dogs with a little bit shorter muzzle but stronger jaws. But these guys are like athletes. They work their jaws all the time, whether we're doing the drug work, whether we're doing the bite work, things like that. So they build those muscles all the time. And I would say a trained German Shepherd probably has the strongest jaw strength. So let's see if he can hang on. He weighs about 88 pounds. So you can see he's not letting go. He's just holding on. Get it? I always let him win, because if I don't let him win, then he's not going to come back and do it. Get it? Now having him let go is the hardest part. And now he doesn't want to give it up. He does. He does. He does. See, now he doesn't want to give it up. He's waiting for me to try to take it. It's just a big game for him. Just to point out, that's only 4 grams of marijuana. That's all it is. And he smells it like it's a couple hundred pounds. Boy, if you smell it now, you're weird.
But if I'm lost, if you have my float, I still want to see how he can. But I know he can. I don't.
It's a combination of things. Bloodhounds are more. I mean, they're more geared for tracking. They really.
Show the judges when you have to.
Hey, you guys want to get to know the dogs? We all like to get to know the dogs. So we're going to say hello to everybody. I think my range is... Want to come over here? Because I can't get to you with having the microphone.
Is there anybody else that knows that maybe somebody's coming? What do you know so far?
Okay, we're just going to say hello to you, say hello to the dog, and then, of course, what your dog says.
I'm Nan Hanshaw, and this is Copper, and he, of course, is a boxer.
And he's very dressed as a boxer today. I don't know if you guys can see the boxing gloves on the side.
I'm Morgan. This is Jasmine, and she's a hospital.
And she's dressed as an angel? Or is this a bat? A bat. Gunther. And your dog's name?
Kaya.
Okay, and she is a railroad?
Yeah.
Pablo is dressed in the nude today.
Joe Brown.
With Pablo the Chihuahua.
I'm Anastasia Larkin. This is Jake. He's dressed as white tails. He's got his tuxedo shirt on, and as you can see, a very pretty white tail.
I'm Mary Umberger. This is Ernie. He's 14 years old and he's blind. That's why we have him in the cart, but he can't walk. He's just not.
Hi, I'm Bill Umberger. This is our dog. Dusty.
Hey, we lost it.
He's 10? And you said Dusty.
Yep.
Okay, rather than doing different categories today, what we're going to end up doing is we're just going to do one judging.
Yes.
Okay, so we have the judges. Do we have them up here? Okay.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, last
Okay, so we're looking to see if the dog is groomed. Judges, do you want another lap?
Yes.
Okay. One more lap around. Judges usually like brownie points. Sending off fairy dust. That's fairy dust. Well, in my opinion, they were all very cute, all very well behaved, and all very well dressed. So I think the judge hard to make.
They said this would be easy.
I go across now because there's going to be a lot coming.
Square. Take your jacket off.
Don't worry.
Where are you going?
I think he's inside.
Thank you.
I was hoping I could see you in person instead of writing it on Facebook on your wall.
The funny thing is, I never post my real birthday online.
Oh, don't you?
Effective 7.
Oh, you're kidding.
Every time I sign up somewhere, it's always May 1st. I use that, no one ever steal my birthday.
Right. Oh, that's a good idea. Well, I don't have my years.
So I have all these happy birthdays.
Right,
Just a week early, that's all.
We'll be here all afternoon until we have the service over, so you can all come back and take some more pictures if you care to at that time. I'm about to do something that's going to make me a little sad, but I'm going to read it anyway. It says, it's Mayor's Proclamation, the Borough of Palmyra, PA, Saturday, May 1st, 2010. Whereas J.H. Arnold has spent every walking hour in dedication to the Palmyra Borough 250th anniversary. Whereas this celebration would not have come to pass without the leadership and hard work as president of the celebration committee. Therefore, as mayor of the Borough of Palmyra, I hereby proclaim for this day of May 1st, 2010, until the end of our celebration on December 31st, that Mr. J. Arnold shall hold the position of Deputy Mayor of the Borough of Palmyra. This honor shall extend to all functions, events, and celebrations of our 250th anniversary. All respect to this position shall be extended to J. Arnold as the event held throughout the celebration year of the Borough of Palmyra. Richard L. Mazzocca, Borough of Palmyra. That's yours.
We're meeting Tuesday night. What for saluting?
The mayor would like you to have this gold badge for mayor. Jay didn't expect this, and neither did I. Maury can't tell me. I'm sorry the mayor can't be here today. He's turning a little ill right now, but his thoughts our prayers are with him right now.
Hold that up, Jay.
Wear that badge, Sheriff.
Stan, he gave me the old one. This will go to his head.
Just don't stick yourself.
Look out now, Stan.
I'm going to try. Thank you all. No way I had this in mind, and I didn't do this for any of that reason. I promise you I was doing it from the bottom of my heart because I love Palmyra. I think there's nothing better than Palmyra, Pennsylvania. Thank you all. Stan, you must have known about this because you kept calling me mayor the last couple of times I walked in there. Thanks, buddy. Okay, we'd like to get started with our program and our ceremony here. I'd like to introduce Reverend Busey from the Beanuggles Church, and he's going to lead us in his little speech first.
Thank you all very much. Good to be with you here today as we gather on this first day of May, the year 2010. We come together to bid farewell and say goodbye to our good friend and companion, Ray Zorn. Now, could we just observe a moment of silence? That's enough. Okay. Moving on along. I was introduced to Ray Zorn by my father. I suspect many of you guys here were introduced to Mr. Ray Zorn by your father too, and the women probably by your mother to Mrs. Ray Zorn, but we're not talking about her today. Mr. Ray Zorn was a close companion of mine then through my adolescent years, through high school, and even into college. Mr. Ray Zorn and I attended the same college together. I wasn't sure what Ray Zorn was majoring in college, but he always seemed to be right there on the cutting edge of everything that was taking place. Oh, there were times when Ray Zorn and I drifted apart, but it seemed we would always be reunited around some important occasion of life. Truth be known, he wasn't always the sharpest. Our relationship at times was painful. But isn't that true of all our friendships? All right. Personality-wise, well, Ray could be a little dull. This is a tough crowd. You're right. Uh-oh. I think you got spurred. They're spurring me on. But you know, that wasn't his fault that he was a little dull. Because those were the times when Ray Zorn was crying out for help. He needed a change. And did we provide that change for him? Not always. Not always. But Ray was the forgiving sort. And when I would bring myself to finally come face to face with him, he would always help me to come clean. They're getting better. I'm getting better. But today we must lay Ray Zorn to rest. We will miss him, but you know, this becomes an opportunity. An opportunity for us to grow together. They're warming to the occasion. That's good. This is the problem of being the lead act here. The loss of Ray Zorn will change us in the eyes of our families and friends. Oh, it won't be easy. There will be times when we will be itching to have Ray Zorn back in our lives. There will be times when those closest to us will turn their backs to us, saying that somehow we just rub them the wrong way. But, don't give up. Just because Razor is gone, and we know there will be dark and shadowy days ahead, we can make it through. But now we're in a warning. For those who deny that Razor has passed, or who seek comfort in the embrace of a substitute Razor in the secrecy of a midnight rendezvous, beware. For those loyal officers, here gathered. These loyal officers, protectors of the memory of Razor, are vigilant. They are here, after all, to keep us from yielding to the temptation of falling away from honoring the passing of Razor. So, for now, we bid farewell to old Razor. May he rest in pieces.
Have a seat right there. Hey. You need help? Okay.
I got a question.
Yeah.
I can remember years ago when the razor used to get dull, we used to say, honey, did you use that before I tried to do it? Do you remember those days? Especially you folks who all look like me, all up here in age. Don't you remember when your wife used the razor before you did?
You're the antique, sir. And your hair looks good today.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Next, I'd like to introduce our state congresswoman lady, Mari Ginrich. Mari Ginrich, please come forward.
Thank you, Jay, Mr. Mayor.
Thank
You wear many hats, including a dapper gray one. You look really good. I'll tell you what, after I heard our pastor speak, what a sermon. I am switching churches.
All right. Not out to be novel.
I'm coming to Binockles. Your messages are razor sharp. He started. What a special day. All right, guys, they're splashing my ankles.
Not us.
But that's okay. That's okay. It's pretty darn hot up here. We're going to miss Ray. You know, for many years, Ray has kept our good-looking men clean-shaved here in Palmyra, and now he's gone. What's this place going to look like? And I don't know if the rest of you noticed, it's pretty darn hot. Absolutely, incredibly, unusually hot. Where do you think Ray Czar might be going? I'm trying. Now, my biggest concern is not that we're laying Ray to rest here, and our guys are all going to be covered with this bushy, hairy, all different color stuff on their face, probably for the rest of the year. But ladies, what are we going to do about our legs? Wash our hairy legs. Okay. I think we're going to have to find Mrs. Razor to help us out. Well, actually, I didn't want to miss the celebration in any way, but truly, for all the work that Razor has done for our community over the years, and this incredible committee has done to bring us into the spirit of community, which is such a treasure to Palmyra, I thought that the Pennsylvania House of Representatives ought to officially recognize the loss of this man. And so we're doing so today. And Jay, Mr. Deputy Mayor, if you would accept this certificate of recognition, it goes to the Brothers of the Brush, and it's on the occasion of our 250th anniversary, and especially the ceremonial burial of Ray Czar, and our appreciation to him and to you as a committee. God bless.
Thank you, Maury. Our next speaker is our County Commissioner, Larry Stoller.
Yeah, I got it right. Hell am I. By the end of the year, we'll definitely have it always right.
Good afternoon. It's certainly an honor for me to be here today with you for this momentous occasion in the storied 250-year history of Palmyra. A history that's full of baloney and has been punctuated by sinkholes. We're here today to pay tribute to remember, and to lay to rest our beloved friend, Ray Zor. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners, we want to extend our heartfelt sympathy at the demise of Ray Zor. We offer our sincere condolences to the wives and sweethearts of the brave men of Palmyra who laid Ray Zor to rest and banded together as brothers of the brush. Thank you and have a good celebration.
Okay, Katie. Yeah, they are.
Come on, Johnny.
We didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay, now it's my turn. Just please sit down and just rest. I don't want you to overwork before you have to. It's coming shortly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good citizens of Palmyra, honored guests, dignitaries, fellow brothers of the bush, and sisters of the bell. As immortal president of this great community, 250th anniversary celebration, I bid you greetings and salutations of this immortal occasion, the burial of A. Ray Zor. As many of you can recall, it was not that many years ago that we all gathered right here on the town square for our first anniversary celebration back in 1910. It seems like only yesterday, as we proudly came, it seems only like yesterday, we as a proud community came together to reflect upon our first 150th anniversary since our town was officially born. Surely you remember 1910, don't you? Most of you only sound like you look, only an age of a day or two since the last time. It's only 100 years ago. I see a lot of you in the crowd that look that age.
Are you calling us old?
Yes, Mr. Shirk.
Jail.
First sight.
Jail. Pleasure.
Okay.
Roy,
Look like,
give me one.
look like you all not aged a day since we swept our streets, trimmed our lawns, and decorated the downtown decorations in honor of our historical beginning. Let us now journey back in time as we reflect upon some of our community's proudest moments. Close your eyes and travel back in with me as we look back and remember our town, Palmyra. It was in 1910 that we first celebrated Palmyra's 150th anniversary, the Old Home Week, the old sequential centennial celebration. And who could forget the 8 decorated arches that were brought from Carlisle to erect in Palmyra's main streets. I remember those massive arches, don't you? As they stood over our town square in tribute of our past, present, and future. Do you recall 1911? The old wooden Palmyra Railroad Station was extensively renovated to accommodate the town's train increasing traffic. Say our people and young folk needed schooling, so it didn't take long for the Palmyra Borough School District to be formed in 1913. when the board of directors of North Londonderry Township relinquished control of the school within a newly incorporated Palmyra borough. Sorry, it's only 28 pages. I'm only the third page. Don't worry. I'll try to go fast. It was just a couple years later in 1915, as I recall, that Mr. Jake Landis, president of Landis Shoe Factory, started the Gravel Hill Cemetery Association. You all remember that, don't you? To give a local resting place for our beloved that had passed away. Little did we know that our cemetery would soon receive folks stricken by the flu of 1918, or injuries received during the to end all wars, World War I. With transportation, schools, cemeteries in place, it was 1923 that the current Palmyra Citizens Fire Company building on North College Street was completed and occupied for horseless carriages to brave young men who feared no harm in fighting fires in and around town. Do you remember when Palmyra's Main Street was paved in 1926? You do. Yes, I do. It was a muddy mess prior to that. What a week that was. No more mud to mar down our wagons and newfangled dangled automobiles. Railroad Street would have to wait though. Speaking of existing times, do you recall the Celtics Theater that opened in 1927? A wonderful source of entertainment for the next 25 years that it remained open. Speaking of 1926, that was the year that my friends at C.L. Roth opened their doors for their electrical contracting business. No more coal lanterns and no more gas lanterns for our town. We became electricity. Our business is really starting to boom in these days and continued into the 1930s. As Acme Bottling Works opened for business, best soda pop in the whole county, it was Bob. Do you remember 1932? Where's Bob Keller? And I'm getting wet, that's okay. Bob Keller, you remember 1932 when Palmyra helped celebrate George Washington's birthday by holding entries and erecting a memorial boulder on South Railroad Street right back here. And Beth, I see you're in the crowd. Do you recall 1935 when we celebrated Palmyra's 175th anniversary with our second Old Home Week? You remember that, Beth? And then, you, my good sir, do you recall when the Liberty Stable nightclub was torn down in 1936 after only 2 years of service? Yes, sir. The WCTU helped save us all from the devil's water as we remained a dry community from hard liquor, that is from 1935 to 2007. Oh yes, those were the days when iced tea didn't come from Long Island and lemonade was always soft, never hard. That reminds me of philanthropy, civil responsibility of the Palmyra's first Rotary Club that was organized in 1939. Chief Janeski, you're still a member of that, aren't you? I thought you were one of the charter members, Chief. Are you still a member? Okay, yes. Those were the days when little did we know that our high school first marching band in 1941 would be needed to provide instrumental to our community as we stood on the cusp of Pearl Harbor and the fields of World War II. Oh, could we imagine the sorrows we suffered during the war years more than the members of the Palmyra American Legion, which opened in 1926 and was later incorporated in 1946 to better meet the needs of our veterans, both young and old. As I recall, in 1946 was also that Joe Deckard began his machine company and offered countless job opportunities to the hard-working men and women of our town. And speaking of our businesses, were you there when Abraham S. Kettering and Robert B. DiMatteo began ASK Foods? Just don't forget the Korean War in 1948, or when Kraft Foods came to Palmyra just after after the Korean War of 1954. Joni, Cindy, and Grace. I remember when we celebrated the grand opening of the Palmyra Public Library in 1954. Do you? Reading was sure more popular before 3D movies, iPhones, iPods, and those DVDs, XYZs, M-O-U-S-E, digits. Got that good? M-U-S. Where's the mayor? Well, I guess there's one of our old mayors there. Let's see what we have here. Mayor, in the audience. We sure have had some good eating in this Nancy Lou barbecue when it came to town in 1956. Also, right after that, we had the Palmyra Twin Kiss open in 1959. It was cheeseburgers in Palmyra, not paradise. Take them back. It all seems like yesterday, especially 1960 when Palmyra marked its 205th centennial of its founding. A joyous time of historical celebration and reflections of American faced a decade of challenges, civil unrest, rock and roll music, and other war. With the 1970s, our community ushered in another era highlighted in 1975 with the visit of Miss America Shirley Cawthron, and who many people remember her. I do. And in 1976, Miss America Tina Ellen Gooden came to Palmyra. Rumor has it that they were both left disappointed when they learned that I was married. They were beautiful. Does anybody not remember that? They were beautiful. Of course, we had a good friend at that time, Guy Goodman. If anyone doesn't remember, that was beautiful. Let me see. Fred, Jean, and Tina. You were there when we celebrated our town's 225th parade in 1985. How about the parade? Wasn't it the best you ever saw? We sure rocked the town that Saturday for about almost 5 hours with marching bands, trucks, and car equipment and entertainment from across the state and beyond. Yes, yes, yes. It's nice to remember the happy times, but nothing lasts forever. And a sad day is born in 1988 when W.L. Kreider went out of business after 97 years of operation. And the Langus Penny factory closed its doors in 1991 after 105 years. Yes, yes, yes. The stroll down memory lane is an interesting journey indeed. It's a journey that reminds us of good times and bad times, the happy and the sad. And most of all, it reminds the fact that the spirit of Palmyra lives immortal in our community, just as it lives immortal in each and every one of us. Palmyra lives not in its buildings and grounds, but in the people. As we see in 1998 when the Gravel Hill Church burned and later arose from its ashes by the strength of the spirit of its people. As my remarks draw to a close, shucks, our walk through time brings us to the present. Let me say that 2010 is truly a wonderful time to celebrate history, and in particular the 250th anniversary of our good town and its amazing citizens and people of this town. Thank you all very, very much from me, President of the anniversary, and now acting direct deputy mayor and everything else. I just cannot say enough to all the people and support and cooperation. Thank you, Brian Boyer, for your birthday. Oh, I'm sorry, this was your birthday, and he lettered our Keystone truck. Did everyone see our new Keystone? We have a new police cruiser in town, by the way. These are very special police, so you're all aware of it. Thank you, Brian. Brian Boyer, thank you. Okay, now with... I would like to call to this wonderful stage a good friend of mine, and a former mayor, which now him and I can say we are mayor, Clifford Mark. Please come to the stage, Clifford.
Watch those steps, Clifford.
Take your time.
No, they're not helping you down.
Stop it. How you doing?
Can't understand that they didn't mention my birthday. You didn't tell anybody when I was born. All that history, and you missed me. But at any rate, everybody has a hat on. Please take your hat off. Just for a few minutes. Yeah. Okay. I just want to say that I'm very happy to be here. It's really a pleasure. I want to thank you for inviting me. And here it is, 25 years ago I was also here. And that means that I will not be here 25 years from now. And I rest assured that I'm just as young now as I was 25 years ago. And I'm not going to be laid to rest today. At any rate, this is a great time for Palmyra, 250 years. I remember when it was started, 210. Well, that was supposed to be a joke. You did. Well, at any rate, it certainly was a pleasure to be here, and I just want to say that this has been a great day, good weather, and I had a direct line upstairs, and I asked for this beautiful weather. So isn't that great? Oh my gosh! Looks like we're going to put somebody else around. Somebody help him off that horse. Oh my. I think this is the man of the cloth. 25 years ago he gave me spiritual advice. Look where I am today. How are you doing, Your Honor? I'm fine, how are you?